Hello, students. Get your books and let's get started today's lecture. Today we are going to start the reading of class 6 unit number 7. Unit name is Home Sweet Home. Read difficult words aloud for correct pronunciation again and again. Page number 74. Anton, Lona, Junko shouted angrily to his son and daughter. Stop beating that drum, clanging that tambourine. Put them away in your cupboard immediately and put away those other toys too before it tripped over them. The children looked gloomy. However, they stopped the music and carried his instrument to their cupboard in the corner of the room. Janku had been trying to read the newspaper, and the noise of his 9-year-old son's drumming and his 7-year-old daughter accompaniment on the tambourine had given him a headache and made him irritable. Next page, page number 73. Although the drumming and jangling had stopped, Anton and Lorna being obedient children, the throbbing in Janku's temple continued. It felt as if the percussion sections of a large orchestra still played at its loudest in his head. Janku's wife, Monica, emerged from the kitchen and entered the living room. Monica was small, but the kitchen too was small, not much larger than a cupboard. She felt she needed a bit of fresh air. She had heard the shouting and now come to see what was going on. Where else are they to play? She challenged Janku. Anywhere but in my ear, replied Janku. I have a headache. We have to learn to share the space we have, said Monica. How do you think they feel when you keep them all night with your snoring? I wouldn't know about that, said Junku, snorting. I'm asleep at night, so how would I know what my snoring sounds like? Well, I can tell you, replied Monica, like a buffalo running through me. The children tried to muffle their giggles. I can see and hear you very well, said Junku, looking at them out of the corner of his eyes. The giggling stopped abruptly and then started again when their mother winked. She seemed to be on their side. Monica shook her head, smiled at the children, and returned to the kitchen. Anton took out his deck of cards and, seating himself at the dining table, began to shuffle them noisily. Lorna found her rag doll and began to toss it on the floor. So, what you been do in these days? She chappered, holding the hold aloft. Janku sighed and opened his newspaper again. After a few moments, he threw it aside, rose from his chair, and made for the front door. That's enough, he said loudly, opening the door. Monica, I'm going to see Vice Eva in the village. Perhaps she can help me with my problem. I'll be back for dinner. Before Monica could come out of the kitchen or reply, Junku had stepped outside and slammed the door. Junku ambled towards the village, muttering, massaging his temples, and kicking stone as he went. Soon Junku arrived at a pretty cottage adorned with purple and orange bougainvillea. He straightened his jacket, then knocked on the door. Eva was small, like his wife, but much older. Her white hair parted in the middle and flowing over her shoulder made her look a little like a witch. All she needed was a cloak and a broom to complete the picture. She now appeared smiling in the doorway. Okay, now, students, we have completed our reading of page number 72 and 73. You just repeat it and be focused about your pronunciation. Take care. Bye bye.